living, Newman?
I'm a United States postal worker.
Aren't those the guys that always go crazy and come back with a gun and shoot everybody?
Sometimes.
Why is that?
Because the mail never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's never a let-up. It's relentless. Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out. And the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it's Publishers Clearinghouse.
All right. Ask you something. What do you do for a...
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Come on now. Go get yourself some Game Time merch. Fire logo. Come on now. We're ready to roll out here tonight. Anyway, what's going on? It is freezing out here. Baby, it's cold outside. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman tomorrow. Back out into this cold mess tomorrow. No breaking news, but we got news. As I reported yesterday. Shotty, Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. What say you? My belief is this. Game Time Brian's going out of the limb. Putting pieces together, solving the Rubik's Cube. I believe Robert Saleh is their number one choice, with Schottenheimer as the OC. But if Saleh goes to Jacksonville, which I already told you I think is a better job. I know people go to Jacksonville. Yeah, it's a better job. Think about everything. Think about Jacksonville. The owner sucks. He'll fire you after a couple years. He has unlimited funds, so he don't care about paying dead money, unlike Jerry Jones, who'll keep Coach Clapp for 10 years, when probably 4 of those he should have been long gone. But, I hate to say it, Dallas is cheap. These are the facts. Cowboys are cheap. So, a top pick in the draft, a lot of young talent, Brian Thomas Jr., young quarterback. You may like him, you may not like him, but his future is brighter than a soon-to-be 32-year-old quarterback with a devastating leg injury. Now he tears the hamstring off the bone. I ain't gonna lie. When I hear off the bone, I just think of ribs falling off the bone. I don't know. It's me. But it's cold out here. My vehicle's like, yo, Bri, shut her down for the night. My belief is from what I'm hearing, they were very impressed with Robert Saleh. And Brian Schottenheimer is way more entertaining than Mike McCarthy. I actually like Brian Schottenheimer. I believe Brian Schottenheimer can be a leader of men like his father. He has good pedigree. Comes from a coaching family. There's a gleam, men. There's a gleam. Let's go get the gleam. Come on. Rest in peace, Marty. I like Brian Schottenheimer. He likes to run the ball more. Got to remember, Schottenheimer was brought in to help McCarthy relay to the players. Let me explain that to you. He helped with game plan, but everybody knows McCarthy is stuck in his ways, which is why he's probably not going to have a job. Players in New Orleans are asking for Rizzi to be the head coach. Mike McCarthy most likely is going to be out of a job. Maybe not. Maybe he'll go to Jacksonville. I don't know. If I'm Jacksonville, you went with the Doug Peterson route. I would want to go with a more younger coach, like a Robert Saleh. But if I'm Robert Saleh, do I want to coach the Cowboys when I'm going to be force-fed Schottenheimer? I mean, that's a serious question. Do you want to come to Dallas where you're going to be force-fed your offensive coordinator? This is what I'm talking about, people. It is a problem, whether you believe it or not, with our ownership. That's what they do. They don't... Oh, it's green. It's green, Brian. It's green. I was on board with Saleh and bringing in the West Coast system. He's friendly with McVay, and he worked with the offensive coordinator for the Jets. Who's the Green Bay coach? His brother, Mike. He's with the Jets. So, Mike LaFleur. That's it. LaFleur. Oh, sorry. That was a dodgeball reference. But Mike LaFleur, offensive coordinator from the Jets. And I know what you're going to say. Well, the Jets stink. Well, the Jets have some issues, yes. But I wouldn't blame Mike LaFleur or Robert Saleh. I really wouldn't. But my thing is, I believe they want the combination of Schottenheimer and Robert Saleh. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work. We've already lost Bones Fossil. At this point, do you go Mike Zimmer? Let's say Saleh's gone. Mike Zimmer and Shotty? No, they're going to go with Schottenheimer as the offensive coordinator / play caller. But then who's the defensive guy? Zimmer probably ain't staying, in my opinion. Zimmer gone. So who's going to be the defensive coordinator? Eberflus? Okay, I like Flus. So there's a lot to be played out here with the Cowboys. But Brian Schottenheimer is going to be given a full interview. And for those people who think, Dion don't need an interview, they can just pick up the phone, that's ridiculous thinking. That's not, that's just, I understand what you're saying in theory, but Dion has to relay who his coaches are going to be. Dion's not even near, Vegas ain't dumb. Vegas has plants in each organization that helps them out. How do you think they know about the injuries before us, the betting public, know? Right? How do they know? They know because there's somebody embedded that they get tipped off. Remember Brandon Lang? Remember the movie with Al Pacino? That big walkers! Remember that? I don't know. Name the movie. It was Brandon Lang. I think it was played by I think it was played by Matthew McConaughey, I think. Brandon Lang would always have information that the betting public would have. And that's why if you're a bettor, as soon as a line is posted, that's when you should bet. Pick a side and go with it. Because usually it's going to change based on information. And once you're locked in, you're locked. You are locked in. The Eagles, I should have taken the Eagles when they opened up at 5. Now they're up to 6. I expect it to be closer to a touchdown by game time. So if you like the Eagles, bet them now. I wouldn't like them at 7. I would like them at 6. It might be 6.5. I'm taking the Birds. I'm flying high with the Birds. That's just me. So, I just have a good feeling. So, I'm telling you now, I'm okay with Brian Schottenheimer being the head coach. Am I happy that they chose not to interview certain people? No, I'm not. I think that's ridiculous. But, it is what it is. Ben Johnson gone. Who do you want at this point? It'll be interesting to see it play out. I think it'll happen before the Super Bowl. I genuinely do. Aaron Glenn's going to the Jets. McCarthy, I think, is going to get squeezed out. And he stood by his guns. It is what it is. I think McCarthy will coach again. I heard a rumor that McCarthy might be coming back here. Back to the Cowboys. There's no way. They've already came out publicly. That wouldn't work for anybody. Dick Schottenheimer, I actually wouldn't mind. I did say last night during the live stream that if I went with the offensive coordinator, then from the Eagles, Kellen Moore, then I would want them to bring Doug Nussmeier, who's trying to get back in the area, as well as Jeff Stoutland. I know Stoutland's not coming anywhere. You would have to make him the offensive coordinator. You would have to do that. And Eagles will pay anything they can to keep him. But that's the rumor I'm hearing. Stoutland's also rumored to be the offensive coordinator in the offensive coordinator discussion for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think that's happening either. I'm just telling you what's being rumored. That's all. That's all. But anyway, all right, everybody, that's it. Brian Schottenheimer to get an interview, but I think Dallas does what they're doing. They keep their options open so they could get Saleh. They were very, very impressed with Robert Saleh. I like Robert Saleh. The combination of Saleh and Schottenheimer, either way, I would be happy with. You give me Shotty with Schottenheimer as the D with Saleh as the D coordinator, I'm good. You know, I mean that, that would be good. So, all right, I'll talk to you.